Hey guys, now on first opening this box for pack 3 I thought, oh no, I've been sent the wrong build. Agora must have sent me some kind of 19th century horse-drawn plough from their new farming range. But looking at the instructions, it is indeed pack 3 of the Cobra. So today, in this video, we're going to be building the Cobra's beautiful and iconic ladder frame chassis. Run the intro.
There's a lot of designing, testing, and trial runs behind every new innovation or new performance record. How do I know? My name's Carol Shelby, and performance is my business.
So lovely to have you back again here on Scholesy Scale and Schematics. And I'm going to have to take that little joke from the intro back a bit, because on further research, this really is an accurate representation of a 65 Cobra classic ladder frame chassis. So I applaud Agora for that. That's what we're going to be building today. And what I was trying to convey really was this build video today, she ain't going to be too pretty. So to soften the blow, I thought we'd recap with some of the parts that we've collected and where the build is up to so far, and to show off some of the parts. So we'll do that first before we start the build. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, most parts now live in their own cot or bed. But we'll have a little reminder, we'll get them out. So I brought you in a little bit closer just to have a better look at these parts, what we've got up until now in packs 1 and 2. I'll call them out quickly and we'll just show them off before today's build. So we'll start with the parts that we still haven't used that are in pack 1. And the first part was the bonnet emblem with the Cobra logo on it. So that is there, don't know if you can see that. That's that. And the second part is the driver's seat, which is made out of plastic with probably some foam filling, made out of what you action figure collectors 1/6 scale, 1/12 scale would call pleather, I'm guessing. But that's really nice. And then we've got two metal parts. The first one is the steering wheel with the Cobra emblem on the front. Hope you can see that. That looks really nice. And then the driver's roll bar, which is made of metal. So both those parts made of metal, which is like that. And I prefer a single roll bar, driver's roll bar in any Cobra. So they're the parts we haven't used from pack 1. The next part, which got all of the painting process going really, what made me start painting the engine, etc., is the front left wheel. So that is that there. And that will circle back to the last stage in today's pack as well. So we'll get back to that, but that is that wheel. Hope you can see that. Then we've got the engine assembly, which we pretty much completed in the pack 2 last pack video. And I just wanted you to get a little bit of a better look at that side view on than you got in the last video. So that is that. Hope you can see some of that. Really happy where all that went together in the last pack. So that's that. And we have the 2 exhaust pipe assemblies, which I haven't done anything with. I might weather them up a little bit, that'd be about it. We've got those parts. And then the last part is the bonnet. And that was the question I posed to you in the last video was, should I leave it as is in Guardsman blue with the white striping? Or should I take the paint stripper to it and maybe have it a raw aluminium finish, the whole car? So that was the question I posed to you in the last video. So if you want to put your comment in about whether I should do that or not, put it down in the comments below in this video. So there are all the parts we've got together. Some we've put together and assembled, some we haven't used, some we've just added parts to. So that's an overview of all the parts we've got up until now from packs 1 and 2, either assembled or not. So I think the next best thing to do is start pack 3. We start with stage 16. So before we start, I thought I'd just bring over the first few parts just to show you what we've got in store for pretty much the whole pack. So all the parts are metal, finished in this black, and they're going to be very similar looking to this piece here. And due to that, all of the screws are going to be using the same metal screw, and that is the ODO5. So I've gone ahead and dispensed them into a little pot, and I've also dispensed a bit of oil, because as you know, we like using oil when using screws going into metal. So that's just going to help with today's constructions for me. Stage 16 is the left lateral chassis mainframe bottom section, because as well as splitting it into two, left and right, Agora have split the chassis through the middle. So you have a top section and a bottom section. So in the first few stages, we're going to be constructing the bottom section. So the mainframe part here has 4 projecting screw holes along here, and they're numbered 1, 2, 3 and 4. I don't know if you can see that, but they've got the numbers stamped on the inside there. We also have cross members number 3 and cross member number 4, and again they've got a number stamped on the inside. So all we got to do is attach cross member number 3 to there and cross member number 4 to there, with the numbers orientating towards you. So I'll get the screws and oil out and we get started with today's build. So just tightening them up now, and they're in there. And that's stage 16 complete. So we bring over stage 17. We've got the right hand side, so I'll just put that over there for the minute. So we've got cross members 1 and 2, and again they've got the number stamped on them. They're slightly different looking parts. Cross member number 2 has some eyelets that are just offset slightly, so as well as the number orientating towards you, we've just got that extra just to let us know that those offset screw holes need to be orientated towards me. So we'll line that one up. We've also got cross member number 1, that's also got the number stamped on there, a little different to the other cross members, but as long as we orientate the number correctly, that should just fit in there. So we're going to attach them again, cross members number 2 and number 1, get our screw, dip it in a little bit of oil, and away we go. That one's in there. Number 1 going in. Just tighten those up and they're in there like that. So of course then we bring over the right lateral section, and that is going to be fixed with 4 ODO5s. So I'll get on with that. Dip our screw in. Number 4 up this end. Number 2. Number 3. I'm just going to go around and tighten them all up. They're all tight. That is stage 17 complete. So we get stage 18 parts over, and they are the front suspension support, which looks like that, left and right horn, and the number 4 cross member top section. So the first step to do is to add the cross member number 4 top section, and again it's got a number printed on it. So orientating it your way, I'm going to have to do that. We fix that, ODO5, dip it in, and the second one in, tighten them both up, and that's that part in there. So the next step is to attach the left and right horns to this front suspension support part, and that's got L and R stamped on it, so we know which side this part is anyway. And we've also got the horns also have L and R stamped on them, and I think they're just a pressure fit, so we'll just get that out of the way for the moment. So I've got R here, and that's R stamped on the suspension support. It's just a peg location, so I think they just pop on there like that. We get the left one here, and as well that just pops on there like that. So they're both on there, left and right horns, and that is stage 18 complete. So stage 19 is the left lateral chassis mainframe top section. We're going to be attaching the suspension support part to that. So we've got the rounded top section facing upwards of the tubular part of this frame, and it's got some recessed screw holes in there, so they're just recessed in that part. And the bottom of the suspension support part has protruding eyelets here for screw holes, and they're just going to locate in there quite nicely, I believe. So they just fit in there, and we've just got to flip the part over, and we're using 2 screws into here. Dipped in oil. 1, 2. Tighten up, and they're in there nicely. So stage 20, we bring the right lateral mainframe top section over. So we've got to orientate it round that way, and we're going to be fixing the suspension support in there. We've also got top cross members number 3 and 2. But as I say, the first thing to do is attach the suspension support part. So dip in the oil. This is going to be a little bit trickier. First one in. Dip another screw. Tighten those up. And they're in there. So the next step is to marry the top section onto the bottom. So I've just got to orientate that round this way, and we're just going to place onto there. I'll bring it over a little bit. So yeah, it locates, there's all the location parts from the screw holes there. Yeah, that's all aligned. We're going to be attaching those with 6 ODO5 screws. So I'm just going to start on the outer edge here. I'm just going finger tight in very loosely first, then we go back round and tighten them. We'll go up the other end. do the two middle ones here. So I'll orientate that back round so that the numbers are facing you again. And we're going to be attaching the two cross member top sections. So we've got 3 and 2. So 2 is there. I'm going to orientate the number correctly. Put it in the screw for that one. There's 2. I'll get number 3 before we tighten up, and again, number 3's got the printing of the number on it. Orientating that the correct way round. Place that on. Dip in my screw. The second one's in there like that. We'll tighten all 4 up. Just like that. That is stage 20 complete. Stage 21 is the rear chassis part and the wishbone mounting. So we've got those out. I'll just cut the chassis part out. Again, we've got the rear chassis part here. Once again, I don't know if you can see that, but that's got R&L stamped on it. So what we've got to do is align it here, like that. And we've got 4 screw holes there. We'll do that now. Second one going in. Number 3. Number 4. I'll just go around and tighten again. And they're all tight in there. So the next thing to attach is the wishbone mounting. That needs to be facing up like that when we attach it. So I'm going to place it down like that. So what we need to do now is just flip over the chassis again. And I'll try and get this in shot a bit better. So that places on there with 4 screws. And as I said, this is like recessed there, but it's projecting as well. So there goes on there. And that's 4 OD05s. Load up, dip my screw. I'm going to start with any one of these. The inboard one, doesn't matter. It's just in tight like that. Number 2, going outboard. Like that. Number 3. Number 4, give a little tighten, and that is that step done. And that is stage 21 done. I'm just going to flip the part back over. That's its correct orientation, how it's going to be. I'm going to have to zoom out in later episodes, I believe. So I'll just get this out of the way for now. That is the chassis complete for now in this pack. Very heavy piece. Ladder frame chassis, classic for the time, but it would have been very lightweight, this tubular configuration. Yeah, very nimble car. So that brings us to the last two stages, stages 22 and 23. And as you can see, it's a wheel, and this is the right front wheel. And I think, as you can tell from the earlier part of this video when we did the recap, and I'll just show you again, that this wheel here is going to end up looking like this wheel here. I'm going to, of course, paint that section black, weather the tyre a little bit, chrome up the knockoff wheel. When we get it, it's not actually in this section. So that is pretty much where today's pack finishes. So we won't be doing it today. Hope you forgive me for that, but you know what I want to do with it. And of course, I'll show the assembly of that in a future video, no doubt. Now, I've not wanted to talk about timelines in these videos much, just in case somebody is building this model in the future. But as of recording this outro, it is the 3rd of January 2021. So to anybody out there watching this, I'd like to wish you, your family and friends, a much, much brighter 2021. And I'll see you soon with Pack 4 on Scholesy Scale and Schematics.